Well, pancreatic cancer is a very dreaded cancer. It affects about 46,000 people a year in the United States are diagnosed with it. Around 40,000 people die of it each year in the United States. In the year 2030, it's estimated it'll be the second leading cause of death from cancer in the United States. The reason is that progress has been made against so many other cancers, so the mortality is low, but pancreas cancer mortality remains high. It really has come down to a matter of resources.
Pam had been having some stomach pains, and on November 10th, we were told that she had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Through friends and contacts, we were introduced to TGen, became aware that TGen had a clinical trial focused on pancreatic cancer, and we were fortunate enough to get an appointment with Dr. Von Hoff. Essentially, we went from less than a month prognosis for the rest of her life to what turned out to be 17 months. And that was 17 months. That was a gift to our family that we can never pay back. The Seena Magowitz Foundation's funding of research, it is impossible to measure the impact that that's had.
Well, up until about 4 or 5 years ago, everything that's been tried against pancreatic cancer has not worked. But a few years ago, there have been some discoveries of special targets in pancreas cancer. And now we know that there is a vulnerability in pancreas cancer. And these new advances have improved survival even in patients with stage 4 disease.
Dick and I were married for 50 years, actually 50 years and 10 months before he passed away. The initial diagnosis showed that he had cancer cells in the pancreas. That was the parent. It was a stage 4. So that was April, May of 2011. And then we realized that he was given 4 to 6 months. He never gave up through that first clinical trial of 6 months. I can remember the first time Dick spoke at one of Roger's golf tournament fundraisers.
Now, my lovely bride and I have a special day coming up in about 18 months. In July of 2013, we're going to celebrate our 50th wedding anniversary, and I plan to be there to participate in that celebration.
So we did go on to have our 50th anniversary, and Dick felt so good at that time. 3 years was a miracle. I remember Dr. Von Hoff saying one time, if we had the money, we could do so much more.
I think any patient that's diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, or for that matter, any disease that's going to be life-threatening, all they want is hope. All they want to know is there's somebody fighting for them, that there's a clinical trial that's going to help them.
Being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer certainly puts a different perspective on your life. It makes you a much more humble, compassionate person, and it certainly makes you want to do more for the cause.
I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in June of 2014. My wife is Lynn. We've been married for 28 years. We're both very analytical people. We're both engineers. We met with Dr. Borzanski and Dr. Von Hoff, and they started describing right away a new therapy that was in clinical trial. I had the improvement for approximately 9 months, and as of yesterday, I started my second trial. Dr. Borzanski and I have a handshake agreement that we're done when they've managed to keep me alive long enough that the therapy to cure me has worked. And that's how we judge we're done.
What we say from someone who's coming in with pancreas cancer, we have to keep you going. The breakthroughs will come. So hang in there with us. Let's keep trying.
You know, I sit here as a pancreatic cancer survivor with a smile on my face because I know that research is going to make a difference, and I know that organizations like the Seena Magowitz Foundation is going to help us survive.
What I see is that the progress in the last few years has rather been dramatic, with 3 different regimens to improve survival, and with the better science and the better support, it's only going to get better and better. We are profoundly grateful for the support that we get from people listening to this, and to be specific, the Seena Magowitz Foundation, the mattress firm, and the bedding industry. Without your help, none of this could be done. We're going to knock this out.
Hope is the inspiration to plow forward through a sea of unfun.
Hope is being connected to the right people and putting your trust in God and knowing that there is help.
Hope is to me is science. The science of oncology and the oncology of these clinical trials.
Hope is research enabling us to fight as pancreatic cancer patients in all stages.
Hope is finding a cure for pancreatic cancer.